Gonna do a little gold axe again, guys. I'm really pissed off about the other night when I got crushed and I didn't win. That really bothered me. So we're gonna fix that now. And we're never gonna be Tyrus Flare ever again. No. We're going with Old Faithful, man. Gilius Thunderhead. Platformer? Cool. I don't know why my nose is so itchy tonight. Death Adder invaded the castle and has taken the king and princess prisoners. My good friend Alex was also killed in the battle. To defeat them and to bring peace to the land is my duty. Hoo-yah! Alright, this is it. We're gonna have a good game here, guys. We're gonna beat Golden Axe. We're gonna wash away the crap of the other night. It was Tyrus Flare. Never gonna have a game like that again. It's like Voldemort, like, it's the game that shall not be named. The run that shall not be mentioned. Stop it. Actually, it's like The Village. Anybody ever see that M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village? From like 20 years ago? We have the magic rocks. They who shall not be named. Or they who shall not be mentioned. It is okay, because we have the magic rocks. Yeah, that was a movie, alright. I enjoy bad movies, by the way. Oh, we could talk about them all night long. So many good bad movies. The thing with a bad movie, though, for it to be, like, so bad it's good, like, it's gotta reach a certain level of badness. Like, there's movies out there that just are, like, they just kind of suck. They're like, eh. And those are not the ones that are bad enough to be good. But, like, The Happening is a good example of an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Howard the Duck, another great example. You know, I first saw that movie, this is gonna sound really, really bad. The first time I ever saw that movie was, I was 5 years old. And we had just gotten cable, and my parents did not understand, like, what was on cable. And, you know, by today's standards, it's probably tame, but, like, I was 5, and I just remember, like, I think there was a scene where, like, he goes, holy shit, and I was like, whoa, what did he say? What did he say? Yeah, I definitely should not have watched that movie when I was 5. I didn't know. No, they didn't know either. Nobody knew what cable was in the 80s. In the early 80s, I should say. Well, we learned real fast. Yes, it can't be self-aware, Necronomicon. That's very important to the rule of movies that are so bad they're good. But now, I'm gonna have to start quoting my favorite quotes from movies that are so bad they're good. So here we go. We'll start with The Happening. Alright. So, we have the scene where Marky Mark it turns your brain into a chicken leg, I presume. So, the scene with Marky Mark, he's in the home, the one that's not really a house, but it's like a model home. And for those of you who've never seen The Happening, it's a movie about a bunch of plants and trees that kind of start killing human beings because they perceive them to be a threat to the planet. And how do they do that? They release some kind of toxin into the air that makes them kill themselves. That's the premise of the movie. Sounds ridiculous. It's so bad it's good. So there's the scene with Marky Mark. He's in this model home, and you know, they just run away from all the trees and the plants outside and everything. And it's quiet, and he stops, and he looks in the corner of the room. And what does he see? He sees a plant. The following with Kevin Bacon. We'll talk about that in a sec. I'm not as familiar with it, but I know which one you're talking about. So Marky Mark is in there, and he's seeing the plant, and he looks at it, and he gets real quiet, and he goes, hey, I'm right here, I'm not threatening, I'm just being real positive, nothing but good vibes. And then he touches the plant, and he goes, plastic. It's plastic. I'm talking to a plastic plant. I'm still doing it. It's so good. Oh, it's so bad it's good. Such a great scene. And then I want to say maybe 20 minutes after that, there's a really good scene, a really bad good scene, where he's in this house with this woman that he found in like somewhere, Bumblefart, Pennsylvania somewhere, and he stays the night because he has nowhere else to go with his, you know, his wife and his soon-to-be adopted daughter, and they're like, we gotta stay in this house. And so he goes into the bedroom and he sees like this creepy-looking doll, and he just goes, crazy lady. And then all of a sudden the lady's behind him, he doesn't know it, and she's like, get out of my house. He's like, what, Mrs. Jones? No. And she's like, leave now. And what's so funny about how bad the acting is it was Betty Buckley from Broadway. She played the role. There's like he had such good actors. Like John Leguizamo was in it. Like he had really good actors in this, and it was so cheesy. It was so bad. And what's funny is if you watch the scenes like like making of and stuff that he does, M. Night Shyamalan does, he's talking about, oh yeah, I wanted to make a B movie, I wanted to make something that was just really bad. No, you didn't. You did not. You were trying to make a good movie, you're full of crap, and now you're just trying to save face. But it really was awesome, because it was so bad. Yes. Oh no. Give me a minute. Why can't everyone just give me a goddamn minute? Remember? We're not gonna be one of those people that sit here and do nothing. We're not assholes. Oh, so good. Why can't everyone just give me a goddamn minute? All right, douchebag, think. Design the experiment. Okay, that's it. That's the variables. What if the plants are doing this? No, the room was not a comedy. Yeah, that's there's a bunch of examples like that. Showgirls, right? Showgirls is another one. Verhoeven, another movie that's just so bad, but it turned out to be good. But he didn't plan it to be like that. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Since, Meatloaf recently passed away, God rest his soul. Like, that was not supposed to be what it was. That was actually a musical, like, off-Broadway. And it never really found much success. And then the movie came out, and that wasn't very successful. And then the Midnight Show started. Yeah, so Dark Max, because that movie looked like too bad, like not a good bad, I didn't even bother with it. And yes, Rocky Horror was the shit. Absolutely. So many good songs in that movie. I don't know, if somebody gets enough channel points, I might break out the Time Warp. I might do it. I'm not changing my clothes for it though, just so you know, but I would sing like a bar from it. I don't know if you guys have messed around with the channel points yet, but I have some interesting stuff I put in there. Yes, I agree. And then, of course, who could forget Total Recall? Get your ass to Mars. If things have gone wrong, then I'm talking to myself and you've got a wet towel wrapped around your head. Get your ass to Mars. Oh, boy. Boy. Yes, they were. What other really bad movies did I enjoy? So many to choose from. We talked about The Village, we talked about The Happening. I would say The Exorcist 2, but I don't think it was bad enough to be good. It was just really bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna put The Exorcist 2 in there. I tried to like there was a period of my life where I was just watching a bunch of bad movies with my friends. Hyper Z, you know who I'm talking about, by the way. And I don't think The Exorcist 2 was bad enough to be good. It was just bad. The Wizard. Oh, it's been years since I saw that one. Give me a quote from that, Dark Max. Give me back my magic. Give it back. Give it back. Thank you. Keep your power gloves off her. Oh, God, the power glove. What a disaster of an accessory that was, right? Did you guys ever see the angry video game nerd making fun of the power glove? There's actually a few episodes he does that in. On to the Fiend's Path. What else? What are some other bad movies? I mean, you could sit here and talk about like, all the MST3K stuff. I think they did a good job of cataloging some of the old, really bad Ed Wood-like movies. How about movies that like were just not great, but they were based on books that were really bad, and the movies were better, but they weren't bad enough to be like good bad? So we brought up Hannibal earlier, right? Riff tracks. That's awesome. We brought up Hannibal earlier. So I don't know for those of you that saw Hannibal, but in the book, it did not end remotely close to the way they ended it in the movie. It's a 20-plus-year-old book and movie, so I feel like I can say this without spoiler warnings. In the movie, if you haven't seen it, Clarice Starling basically handcuffs herself to Hannibal Lecter, and Hannibal Lecter cuts off his hand to get away rather than Clarice's. But they leave you in suspense until like the very last scene of the movie, where you see he's got his arm in a sling. In the book, nothing like that happens. Actually, what happens is when the scene is happening earlier on with Krendler and his brain, which, by the way, in the movie, I'll never forget my reaction to that. Like, the audience was horrified because no one saw it coming, you know, that he was going to basically eat his brain. In the book, Clarice helps Hannibal eat Krendler. Yes, Clarice becomes the girlfriend of Hannibal Lecter, and they both run away together. Yes, that is really how the book ended. How crazy is that? Could you imagine them filming that in the movie? What kind of reaction would that have gotten? I think it would have been hilarious, personally. I would have loved it. But I don't think most people would have agreed with me. Starship Troopers. Yeah, I think we were talking about that earlier. So, yes, and Stephen King famously hates Stanley Kubrick's version of The Shining. But I'll tell you what, I think Stanley Kubrick's version of The Shining was better than Stephen King's The Shining. I think he made it better. Because in the book, if I remember correctly, Jack Torrance, is not crazy at the beginning. Like, he's just a dude with demons, right? You know, drinking problem and all that stuff. And the house, the ghosts, they make him crazy. But in Kubrick's version, you can clearly see from the beginning, he's stark raving, like, cold, mad, bad dude, like, you just waiting for him to snap. So, I liked that. I liked the whole, you know, the way that Kubrick directs. It's like a very cold, deliberate, plotting, like, I love his style. But yes, it was totally different than the book. It's like there were two different stories. So we'll say that it was very loosely based on The Shining. Maybe based on The Shining is the wrong word. It was inspired by The Shining. Inspired by characters from The Shining. I really want to... Yeah, no TV and no beer make Homer something go crazy. Don't mind if I do. Thwack. You stay in the cellar until you're no longer crazy. Chili would be nice. Should I add that as like one of my channel point rewards? Zophar will do an impression of a Simpsons character. Yes, that was back Dark Mechs when the Simpsons used to be funny. Yes, I can't speak. Yes, Necronomicon. I did see the miniseries, and it was not good, and that was one that Stephen King was personally involved in, which, you know, shows you why book authors are not always the best, you know, movie writers and directors. Like, sometimes it's just best to leave that to the people that make movies. Actually, so I don't know if you guys saw the, you know It, right? Stephen King's It. Famously, the miniseries of It, like the ending, people really panned because the spider-looking thing looked ridiculous. So they remade It a few years ago, which I thought was phenomenal, especially part one. And Stephen King actually makes a cameo in part two. And in the scene, I forgot the character's name, but he's trying to buy his bike back. And Stephen King it makes a cameo. He's like the store owner. He owns the shop, and he's trying to sell him his bike back. And he talks about his book, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you wrote that book, whatever." He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." He's like, "The ending sucked," just like nonchalantly like that. The ending sucked, and obviously he's making fun of himself. So I thought that was kind of cool that he was cool with basically being in a scene where he's making fun of himself about his controversial endings sometimes. Yes, the 90s was very wild. It didn't feel like that in the 90s to me, but in hindsight, yes, they were. We were saying this before. I think some of us have just gotten very, I don't know, a little sensitive. Like we were talking about South Park and like how, he ran away. Like you probably couldn't get away with making a new series like South Park now, but South Park gets away with it just because they've been around so long. Which I think, by the way, I love South Park. I think it's hilarious. And I just think you should make fun of everything. It's all or nothing, right? Make fun of everything or don't make fun of anything. And I like that South Park's consistent. They make fun of everything. Yeah, he definitely was coked out when he wrote that. Damn. Not playing very well tonight. I've already burned to continue. Alright, that's okay. We'll recover. We'll recover. Nah, that's not your fault. I have to learn how to multitask. You would actually think I know how to multitask now. I mean, considering my resume, right? Founded an emulation site, ran it for 4 years. I've been a manager for 20 years. And now I'm Twitch streaming. So if I haven't figured out how to multitask by now, there's no hope for me. Come on, Death Adder Jr., right? We figured out he's Death Adder Jr. from the credits. The things the credits teach us. Ow. 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 Can you imagine a skeleton, like you kill it in a movie and the skeleton just goes, ow! That'd be like a Spaceballs or a Scary Movie moment. One of those movies. Ow! Should make that one of the sound effects. Ow! Put it right next to I Know Kung Fu. Alright, I'm playing better now. Yeah. Yeah, it will be. Well, Necronomicane, you came to the right place. Because I love those games. We're playing one right now. Accept my utmost gratitude for a rescue. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord. Zug Zug. Dabu. Loktar. For the Horde. Etc., etc., etc. Alright, guys. You know the deal. There's a pit. I hate pits. Job's done! Yes, me lord! You want axe? Ow! Alright, here we go. Should have made a poll here. Again, if I knew what I was doing. Alright, ready? Here we go. We got it. First try! Oh, we're doing good. Wait. Get them in their pit. See, this is why you don't beat Tyra's Flare. Tyra's Flare would be getting her ass kicked right now. Gilius Thunderhead, man. It's all about the dwarves. Dwarves are the shiz. The dwarves are the best. We don't need no stinking human Amazons. We need dwarves. We need the Axe Master. You have my sword and my axe. Ow! Ow! It's the best sound effect in this entire game. Ow! I didn't really use a lot of magic, did I? Because you don't need it. He doesn't need it. He's got the axe. Look, I don't even need this. I don't care that stupid magic. Don't need no magic. Don't need no magic. Oh, that was a little too close for comfort. Little too close for comfort there, guys. Oh, great. It's time for some of that. Which is a shame, because now I'm not going to have it for Deathbringer. Or actually, I think I will, right? Don't you get magic back, like, right before? Or was that what just happened? I don't remember anymore. And I think you get magic, like, right here. Pretty sure. Oh, shoot. Alright, if I remember this, what we have to do is kind of get in between them. Shoot. Lost a life for no reason. Whoa, that was close. Oh, Jesus. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Wait. We got it. 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 Ooh, that was close. Almost screwed that up, right? Yeah, if I had some kahunas right now, I'd try to maneuver him around to get him in the pit, but I think we're just gonna do the safe thing. We'll just kick him in the chest with my horns. Get him in the horns, yeah! Eat my horns. Alright, Deathbringer with no magic, man. That's not exactly how I wanted to do this, but we can do it. We can do it. He's not that bad. He's not that bad. If it wasn't for the skeletons, he'd be a total pushover like the rest of them. Oh, shoot! Yeah, he always tries to take advantage of that. Like, you're guaranteed if you fall down, he's gonna swing at you. It's another thing, like, it's... The AI is not very smart in this game. Like, if I'm really paying attention, like, I could probably never get hit. Basically, if I'm able to beat a game without cheating while talking to you guys, you know it's easy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get an A+ out of this one. I think it might be more like a B or B+. Alright, that wasn't too bad, right? That wasn't too bad. I'm pretty pleased with myself there. I do not Necronomicane. Tell me about that. I'm not familiar with retro achievements. I'm interested to see what score we get. Cast time. Yeah, Necronomicane, I'm interested to know all about it. It's a website. It plugs into RetroArch. You basically play retro games and get achievements like modern games. Oh, that's cool. Keeps track of your achievements and scores, etc. But I'd have to assume that it only works like I'd have to play RetroArch on the computer. Like on the Genesis Mini, there's no Wi-Fi, so it's not gonna like send any information. I assume that's what you're talking about. Like it basically through the internet sends your scores through, and then you get achievements. I have RetroArch on my computer too. I just have to alter the setup a little bit. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. So I actually have an OTG adapter plugged into it. So HackCheat probably enables... So basically, if I just bought a wireless USB adapter and plug it into my OTG adapter, it would just work. Interesting. Gonna have to give that a try too. All the awesome things I learn in Twitch. Look at this. So let's go see who we're gonna raid tonight. I want to see my score first before we conclude. Very curious to see. I assume it works on the Mac version as well, Necronomicon. So I have a Mac. I have Parallels on here too for Windows, but I primarily stay on the Mac side. Chicken leg. Good old chicken leg. Dongle right into the OTG. You'd have to do a little setup, like telling them what Wi-Fi to connect to and password, and they need a specific Wi-Fi dongle. It's cheap. Okay. I assume you can get the dongle on Amazon, is my guess. Cool, man. I'll check that out. I really appreciate it. Well, we're almost done with the credit roll here. The next part, obviously, is the batting of the words, and then we're going to see what score I got. So what are we thinking? I'm thinking it's going to be like a B or a B+. I don't think I'm getting an A anything, not with having to burn a continue. If I really pay attention, I feel like I could complete this without using any continues. I'm like almost positive. I think I've done it before a bunch of times. Tyrus Flare. We don't like her. Tyrus Flare sucks. She sucks. A-, you think? I guess we'll see. I don't know about that. But we'll see. That's odd. We're gonna find out any moment, my friends. Wi-Fi dongle also will allow netplay and adding, removing games over Wi-Fi from your PC. That's convenient. I like it. I like it. Did you guys notice all of a sudden, did your connections drop? I just noticed all of a sudden everyone dropped off and then a bunch came back. And the channels I was looking at to raid, a bunch of them dropped to nothing and then the numbers ticked back up. Did you notice anything weird just now? I feel like Twitch might have just twitched. Twitch had a little twitch. Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. Gotcha. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Come on, come on. A++! That's my PB, guys. All right. At least for the season. I don't know if I've ever actually gotten an A+++. I'll take it.